here we are. We're all among friends. This is so appropriate and beautiful and wonderful that you're here, Ethna. And that, I've known you a long time, and I know how much you've contributed to Irish-American relations, and Irish Books and Media was wonderful, and you're writing everything. And here we are, your publisher. Who would have thought it? How lucky can you get? So, thank you so much, sweetheart.
Okay.
So I would now like to introduce Susan Millar DuMars, who I said, oh, wouldn't it be a good idea that you could launch Ethna's book? And she said, yeah. So, okay. Do you want to stand, or do you want to?
Am I okay here? Can most people see and hear me?
Ethna, can you can hear Susan?
I
Okay.
can hear. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Off you go. Off you go. And finish
Okay.
my ice pop.
I have a 10-minute speech here, so if it starts to rain at minute 3 or 4, we'll make a dash for it. If we get it to 8, maybe we'll just hold on. Yeah, it's really my pleasure to be doing this. And I want to start by reading a poem of Ethna's, and it's called Thanks. It's from her 2019 collection, Swimming with Shadows. And if you're holding the book that we're launching, it's on page 136. It's a bit cheeky of me, but we're going to start with a poem. Yeah. Thanks. What to praise but the ordinary? The ant burrowing in sidewalk sand, kitchen faucet that no longer drips, pink bee balm from the garden fringed like spiky fireworks. All the words on the page of this book. The hallelujah clouds floating in today's sky. That sharp garlic smell wafting from the pan. Red postage stamps with jazz notes and poets. The eagle's nest on my street by the river. A pealing laugh heard anywhere. Your arms, which once circled mine in benign sleep. The sunrise that beckons us to wake daily and begin again. I can't recommend this book highly enough. It's an honor and a pleasure to declare Light Rolling Slowly Backwards is launched. Congratulations.
Susan, that was truly beautiful and very insightful, and thank you. Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
That's great. So, I want to thank Salmon Poetry for inviting me here and for publishing my book also. It is exciting, and I guess Jesse and Siobhan have made it happen, and the poet behind, I hope. So I'll read maybe 25 minutes. Does that seem okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Might as well start with the first poem in the book, which is called Light. Light, the rapture of it, heft and weight. 2 birches where the white sheen of it, a zinnia's face blazes gold in it. Sidewalk shadows change size because of it. Quick as that, a gloss of light lands on the cricket's back, then leaves. Leaves in fall are charged with it, fierce light pulsing out from colors against black bark after rain. When dark falls, there is an absence, a quiet sorrow in the realm of eyesight. Edges blur and soften, and we no longer recognize what we knew so keenly yesterday. Then daybreak, when the rapt world flames forth again, scattering bits of light, delirious light. And there's that fascination with light, which Susan brought up. Okay, here's a poem set in Ireland in my childhood. You can't always believe it's true, but that's what it's from. It's called The Day My Mother Gave Me Away to the Tinkers. I wanted that so badly. The day my mother gave me away to the Tinkers. She'd threatened this before, thinking it would cause me great fear after whatever I did the umpteenth time. She with 9 children that year in Dublin, and me the boldest and the worst. I couldn't wait to be among them, their bright scarves and tools and horse-drawn caravans, their campfires at night and sounds of fiddle and tin whistles, the mattress with moonlight shining on the 3 babies piled upon it. Traveling was an itch, raw and sweet in my bones. How could I live on plain Mount Auburn Avenue and walk to Muckra's school when the world of mountains and lakes and berries awaited? How could I carry that sliced loaf of bread from Johnston, Mooney, and O'Brien when we could shape our own and smell the yeast rising from hot stones? When I looked back, my beautiful mother was crying. It would be a year before I returned, changed. How I'd missed her. Can I swear it's all true? Almost. I'll read a poem I wrote just about a year ago at this time, after the murder of George Floyd and the riots which occurred afterward. It's called I Can't Breathe, for George Floyd. All week the helicopters whir and drone until they feel like wasps inside my head, until they lodge in hot bits inside my ribs, until they take me back to Vietnam when Jeff was dying high above the gauzy clouds in that Huey chopper. Sirens scream down the street, and we smell the smoke that curls from torch buildings. Look at us, America in 2020, no different from the year we lynched Emmett Till in 1955. Today I mourn the death of George Floyd, whose neck was pinned for 9 minutes beneath a white cop's knee, until the only thing that could be heard was, "I can't breathe." I mourn the officers who didn't try to help him. I mourn everyone who didn't get the news in time to intervene or yell stop. For the residue of the lynching tree and the blood of those who killed him. For the brutal fires and looting that came next. For my dear neighborhood in ruins. For the small businesses that just couldn't bear the weight. For the fury of provocateurs who torched peaceful protests with their hate. I toss my own grenade of grief up to the sky. Sorry for the slight delay here, but here's a more peaceful poem called Nighttime on the Island for Kate Stanley. In the foghorn, a hollow tube, or maybe a calliope breathing its contralto through the chambers of my inner ear, and the wind traveling free through the house, billowing then slapping this curtain and the next, blowing toasted bagel crumbs from the moonlit maple table, swaying heads of roses in their vases as it passes, and the faint tick-tock of the kitchen clock, and the laundry on the line, perfumed by lavender. This is the hour of sleep on Martha's Vineyard, the time when woods behind the house beckon and thin before dreams begin. This one is called All the Ways of Sorry. For all the men I loved but never slept with, I'm sorry. For the way the sun rose, pale and empty, the day my son died, I'm sorry. For what has happened in the Arctic that's beyond my reach to alter, I am sorry. For the creeping Charlie which I lost the battle to, I'm also sorry. For the president who hurt my country into broken bits, I am deeply sorry. For the time I didn't take the day that you were just in kindergarten, I'm sorry. For all of the zings and hurts in our friendship when we were just 14, I'm sorry. For the children at the border, parentless in cages, I am more than sorry. For George Floyd's dead body, oh my God, I'm sorry. For the sky just as it was then, blue and buoyant at the first loss years back, I am so, so sorry. So we've got 4 more to read. I'll start this one with a poem called My Once and Future Lovers. I loved you all. First kiss at 13, my lips shaky, nervous, tiny hairs on my cheek raised by thrill, by bliss. At 19, I married you, my lord, you. Like the river merchant's wife, my bangs cut straight across my forehead, dark braids falling down my back. Oh, the days, the nights you made stars pulse for me. When I cheated at 30, ugliness reared its dark shoulders. When you cheated not long after, flames erupted everywhere. At 43, my boy was your boy's age. We sledded, bowled, and biked with them, then spent nights in the deep heat of bed while they slept. Again at 55, I found you, a man who texted poems to me. You nursed me through a knee replacement, the world of love, a little different at this stage. And if I ever stumble upon you again, I'd ask for something simple. Companionship, say, 2 people cooking dinner together or tending to the yard. Affection, the low, steady current running between us like an underground fire. Let's see, page 14. This is a short poem with a Japanese word in its title, and the word is Kintsugi, and it's a philosophy of adding what would be considered ugly to a beautiful piece of pottery, or putting gold in the thing too. Kintsugi, the art of precious scars. The epigraph is, the wound is where the light enters. Rumi. That cracked and mended bowl, sealed with gold, bits of light and sparkle at the crooked seam of pottery, recreates unbrokenness, makes dazzle speak again, makes forgiveness be the family it should always be. That handmade teapot missing a few flecks of glaze on its side. Close your eyes, watch it glow. I want the shaggy nicked scratch, the coarse and jagged edge that defies easy praise. It's there we'll find the crack where light lives, there where incandescent shines. And this is a persona poem called Snow White Revived. In my first 2 books especially, I wrote a lot of persona poems. I just like them because you can jump into the imagination and just imagine anything. I mean, I like them for that reason. So this is called Snow White Revived. Mirror, mirror on the wall was how the whole thing started. My stepmother, trembling at the threshold of middle age, her radiant beauty just about to fade. Innocent of the mirror's lure, I wore my black hair in straight braids, knew each tree in the forest by its bark, conversed with thrush and lark as I played. So you can see that when the prince plucked the poisonous apple from between my lips, I couldn't bear the joy in his eyes. What lay ahead was someone else's destiny, tiresome curtsies and the weight of a crown, a closet full of wasp-waisted dresses, and villagers, your highnessing me right and left, with all the expectations of a man who saved my life waiting for me in bed at night. All I really wanted was to dwell in harmony among the dwarves, playing Scrabble at the breakfast table with the little man I loved, Doc and Sleepy, waving as they walked out the door to the mines, Bashful and Dopey singing a duet while we washed the morning dishes. But the drama has fizzled into history long ago. The huntsman who spared my neck, the trick of combs and apples, the fact of my survival. God knows why, but one morning I unbound my braids and stepped into the palace for the first time. My hair slid down my shoulders, and I shivered as it settled on the weight of red brocade below. How I miss playing house with that band of doting dwarves. How I can't explain to Hans. I preferred the apple in my throat to this queenship I pretend is mine. So in my work as a street outreach worker, I'm paired with another professional, and we go. The problems we encounter beyond total lack of housing are addictions, mental health crises, and so forth. And so we were down somewhere last winter, or maybe last fall, I'm not sure, but met a young woman named Tracy. So this poem was written for her pretty much about how little we can do in the end, how little we can do. So, it's called Band-Aid. Snow fell lightly on the greenway, on the tents and tarps and bikes, on the folding chairs and barbecue stands, on our backpacks heavy with waters, hats, and snacks, on the cold trail of homelessness. When Tracy couldn't stand, we propped her up in a chair, the heroine too strong for our power or hers. She laughed with her eyes closed, nodding down. "Oh my God, do we need Narcan?" someone asked. But no, Tracy jerked awake and then back out, smiling her bliss and fucked up pain and alternating mile a minute. We stayed till she was on her feet and talking to the next guy, promising she had a little bit of something for him, silver earrings flashing as she talked. "Tracy, love, the last train is coming, and I hope you're not on it. Hope like anything you're still here tomorrow on the greenway in your tent. Hope the world opens soon to a sweet crib for you, waltzes up and zaps your homelessness forever. Honey, hold on. We have socks and gloves. We'll be back tomorrow with bus tokens and another Band-Aid for your sorrow." It's the long and short of it sometimes. Okay, I'll let you vote for which one you'd like for the last one. And there's a poem called Barn Burning and another poem called Kisses.
Kisses.
Louder.
Is that the Girl Scouts?
Kisses?
I got kisses,
Yeah.
Kisses.
Yeah.
Oh, we all need kisses.
Especially Fergus.
Thanks.
Okay. Kisses. Lavish were my kisses in my youth, bright and laughter-filled and free. A few met their match in heat and depth, one or two undid me. So many men I didn't marry, 2 I did. Who knows whether I'd ever repeat that deed, but the blessing odds aren't good. Yet I think I'd still risk another kiss, chaste at first and full of shy goodwill, before it grew to purpose, before it grew to longing, before my mouth was stunned and fevered full of hot, swollen want. But tonight I hid the kiss I didn't give you inside the box I'd labeled tenderness years back, and placed the small container in the crevice of my closet wall.
No, we're going to have a picture. Yes,
I think it's live.
Oh, I'm filming away. And who are you? Are you a relative?
Yeah, can't you see?
Well, yeah, I can see,
cousins, yeah.
Both very handsome.
Good-looking cousins.
No, just quiet, reserved.
Now if you would get me a glass of red wine.